Welcome, 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 welcome back, family. Welcome to the Reiki Healing Hope Community, a place to heal, relax, be yourself, and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom. I am Jessica, a Reiki master and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session. We are going to be doing a very pride themed healing session. We are going to be working on the solar plexus. So this is You Choose June, so it's requested videos only. And what came up was do a video for pride. And so I was thinking what should I do? Because that was it. That was the request. Do a video for pride. I was like, okay. And then upon further reflection, I was like, you know what? Everybody just wants to be who they are. So let's do a healing to heal that important chakra, the solar plexus of confidence. And when I think of confidence, I think of lion. You see, I still have my birthday hair, and I'm very honey blonde still. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, and did you all notice your girl got her nails back? It's been a lot, okay? A very humbling experience, rightfully so, of having no nails. And now it's just a lovely experience to just I feel like when I say just opening packages, very different experience. So let's get started. So if you're new to the community, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, but most importantly to comment, because I love to hear what you're up to. I literally answer each and every one of your comments. You all know this. And I love to hear your updates. Like, people are telling me updates on health, updates on gratitude, updates on life, updates on so many different things going on, activism, all of these things. And I just feel really so connected with you all. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for all of the birthday wishes. So if you're new to the channel, comment, let your girl know that you're here and that you're like, hey, what's up? I'm like, am I giving too many actions? Don't worry about it. Okay. And we start out our practice the same way, which is a prayer. It is a prayer of connection. And I'm going to put something together for this prayer connection, because I get you all often ask me about what is this prayer? What do you say? What is the X, Y, and Z? So I'm going to put something together for y'all so y'all can get the prayer connection. But of course you can get it every time you're here too. And we started out because we are a multi-faith family, very diverse, take what you need, leave what you don't, and just a place for us to be in community. So because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Dear Mother, Father, God, and all for the highest vibrational good, please connect us to the Reiki Masters, the Ascended Masters, Master Jesus, Master Buddha, Master Katumi, Yamonja, Oshun, Mawu, and all the Taras. Please connect us to the Archangel, Spirit Guide, Spirit Animals, and all for our highest vibrational good only, rooting us down in our individual healing experience, bringing us together as a collective, and bringing us forth into who we are with as much confidence in this world so that we can share our gifts and those gifts can be received. And I say all of this in the name of I Am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. So I'm going to start by going above your head with some Reiki symbols. Scan down, continue the symbols. And just putting this protection aura around you, so that you feel nice and loved and cared for. Okay. Front, back, and side to side. So we're just putting this protection around you. And of course, we have our transformational flame of Saint Germain. So what it is that if there's anything that comes up for you today, something that you need to let go, something that's no longer serving you, send it to the flame so that it can move forward in its next evolutionary path. we got to be fearless, everyone. Literally, we have to be fearless. And being fearless starts internally, and it starts with conquering your individual fears. A lot of times our individual fears aren't necessarily something like, kind of the external fears like, oh, I'm afraid of spiders, or I'm afraid of X, Y, and Z. It's usually something internal, something that someone else could go through like easily, but it's not a problem. And the same to another person. You see something that someone else is going through and you're like, oh, that's an easy thing. But that's what really facing fears are. And being in this Mercury in retrograde in Cancer, those deep-seated wounds are coming up. We're all working through them. Me too. Okay, we all are having these moments to allow things to come up, to come out. So if you feel aggravated or agitated by certain things, let them come up to come out. And let's work on this solar plexus. So bringing my hands right there to your heart and just sending some love your way. Okay, sending some deep healing, some deep opening, and a huge amount of confidence, like a huge confidence booster. Sending down to your solar plexus. And I want you to feed yourself that energy. So if there's something in your life that brings you a lot of confidence, you might be good at something. There might be something that you really like. And that within itself gives a lot of confidence. So go ahead and start to pull from that. I'm going to take my hand behind you. Okay. And just breathe. And just feel it growing more and more. Allow it to be. No worries. And I'm going to go ahead and go in with our Palo Santo. Ow. As you know, it takes a while. But until then, until we get it, you know what? Let me sage you up first, and then we can chit-chat with the Palo Santo. So I hope you all are having a wonderful, wonderful Pride. For those of our family members, a part of the community, I hope this Pride is both a place of celebration and also a place of sharing voices, sharing stories, sharing narratives that may have been lost in history, blinded in history, washed over and forgotten. That voices arise during these times, and that people have the courage to stand up and speak out for themselves, as well as to have the courage to navigate and to leverage their privileged identities in order to create space for those who need it. And let me just say it out loud, so it's not like I'm like, oh, lilies and butterflies, just going to tiptoe around things. That we are here, we are protecting our trans family members, and that we care about, police brutality among people of color, especially among our trans family who, it's just, I talked about this in a post, and I wanted to be very respectful and clear that this is something that's been happening for such a long time. And we're now at the place where we understand, okay, police brutality against people of color and specifically Black people, it's not right. And let's continue the conversation about, just the amount of aggression against our family in the LGBTQIA plus community, our trans family members who are constantly, I just to give people a perspective, thinking about walking into a bathroom, can a person, pass? And that's the same, I feel like I'm about to go down a rabbit hole. But in the spirit of speaking the truth and speaking up, I'm going to go down the rabbit hole. Way back when, in U.S. history, and you look at Black people in U.S. history, and then you looked at something that was the baby of racism called colorism. And colorism is the policing of people of color policing themselves. So the closer you were to white, the better your chances in society were. So there was this test called the brown paper bag test. And, it was said that some people would hold this brown bag up. And if you were darker than this bag, you could not enter. If you were lighter than this bag, you could. And to why I'm bringing that up when it comes to the protection of our trans family members is because that same thing, that same history still pops up now. It just has taken on a new form. Is someone passable? Can someone pass? And that for a person can be life or death. It can be someone, being able to be protected against some random person wanting to commit some act of violence. And, I'm going to apologize if I'm saying anything that could be triggering specifically to our queer family, to our trans family. I don't want to trigger anyone. I don't want to bring anything up. And I want to acknowledge if I've said anything in the last couple of moments that sounded backwards or ignorant or something like that. That's not what I want. But I want you to know that I am here and I will leverage these platforms as much as I possibly can in order to bring light, bring openness, and, duck myself out of it in order to illuminate things. So just know that you're loved. And to our family as a whole, we are such a loving family, and this confidence, the confidence that we all exude and that we're building towards, and going over those past wounds and how we heal things up, that's how we go forth and we really create the world we want. If you don't want to see police brutality, if you don't want to see, violence against those in the LGBTQIA plus community, if you don't want to see discrimination against women, discrimination against people of color, discrimination against able-bodiedness, all of these different things, it starts with working on yourself and advocating on the physical, doing the work outside of you on the physical, but starting with that, what Angela Davis would call that radical self-care, working on yourself. It is so important. If you have anything that you believe in, it doesn't have to just be this. If there's anything that you believe in and hey, I'm willing to put in the work to see this through so that there can be equity, you have to have self-care. And that's what this healing of the solar plexus is talking about right now, because having that self-care is what provides longevity, provides patience as history slowly moves. And so this is a time of great celebration because we're bringing our confidence up. We're healing all this old shit, and we're going to be able to really take one footstep at a time to create the world we really want to be, or we really want to be in. And that takes vulnerability, looking at our, propensities towards microaggressions, or, just any prejudices that we may have, and understanding how that works in the systemic. So, back to the healing. Y'all know once I get to talking, it's a done deal. But just to know that it is a place, Reiki Healing Hope is a place for all to speak and have a conversation. And please let me know how you feel in the comments section. Be like, okay, I really appreciate that, Jessica. Or Jessica, what you just said was off. And I completely understand, go ahead, say what you need to say. Because I think just getting the conversation started and continuing that conversation is healing within itself. So let's go ahead and breathe forward and bring that energy into our front body now. With the solar plexus illuminated, taking a couple moments just to activate. I'm going to say a prayer. It's not a religious prayer, just a prayer to connect to universe, God, source, whatever you want to call it, them, thus. But just a prayer that you have blessings and love and light on your journey, no matter who you are or where you're at in your journey, if you're struggling or if it's going really well, so that you feel confidence, that you feel, big and just oh, life. I want to experience life. I want to be in life. Thank you, God, for the opportunity to facilitate this space, opening up the hearts and opening up the solar plexus in order to receive all of this loving energy. Please, God, send in the greatest amount in the solar plexus this great amount of energy in order to be moved from the top to the bottom of the body, to the side, all the way around, and also as a protective layer for those who need that added protection against systemic injustice, against any internal emotional issues or emotional journeys that everyone is going on, whatever it is, so that there's a clear understanding that they are loved and they are loved always, and that they have enough energy and enough strength to get to the other side. Please, God, allow people to be allies in order to leverage their platforms in order to help others, to leverage their privileged identities to help others. Please, God, give bravery to all of those with any feelings of marginalization in order to speak with bravery and have protection over them as they do so. Connecting us all together, finding peace, finding the collective. And I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I kind of felt like a little bit of a amen moment. And I'll be very transparent with you. Being on YouTube definitely is one of those things where if I tiptoe around what I say and I sugarcoat things, I think it becomes more appealing to more people. But I feel like when I speak the truth and I'm vulnerable and I keep it open to allow the community to be vulnerable, as you are vulnerable all the time, I think that it goes to the exact right people, the exact right people who are sharing in this healing experience. So I choose the latter and not the former. And I just appreciate you each and every day, and your bravery and your courage to be on this journey as we learn more about U.S. history in all kinds of ways. We learn our history of color. We learn our queer history. It's all U.S. history. We all gotta learn it, y'all. So I'm gonna smooth over your aura. And I hope you enjoyed our session today. Again, you can reach out to me, reikihealinghope@gmail.com, if you want to further the conversation. And you can leave a comment too. I asked for you to comment for the highest vibrational good, to keep this a safe community that everybody loves coming back to. But speak your truth if it is a truth that let me explain, let me break it down to you. If you are a marginalized identity and you want to speak up and you want to have a place to share where there has been silence, share what you gotta share. If you're speaking from a privileged identity in that moment, listen. Just listen. And then we can go back and forth. So I'm not trying to tell you not to comment. I'm just saying that let's create a space where we're moving forward together and we're learning. We're all here to learn, me included. We are learn it. Okay. But I just want you all to know that I love you, and I'm so happy to share this experience with you. And I hope you enjoyed this healing session, this solar plexus pride healing session for our June month. I'm like, let me see. Did I have any rainbows? You know what? I actually was like, oh, I'm going to tell my coming out story. Then I forgot to do that. And then there's like this whole period when you come out and then you just, I don't want to say that you're extra gay, but like it's just like rainbows all the time. You know, everything is rainbowed, like rainbow shirt, rainbow nails, rainbow hair. All of that stuff is going to be funny laughs. So we'll end with that. But no worries. No worries on that at all. Just, you know, when you step into who you are, which is the theme of what we're talking about today, you feel the greatest amount of confidence to be able to express yourself and to share that and to be like, yes, I'm here. I'm queer and I'm out. But until next time, family, if no one has said it to you, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Wash your hands, don't touch your face. Be sweet to yourself, take care of yourself, and be confident. So until next time, bye.